So I went on like a date with one guy and then caught up with him again. And then like the third time I was at work and he brought me lunch. So I was like, oh, nice. And that night I was going to his basketball game.
Yep.
And as Luke said, I don't know how to say no. So he's just like, oh, like what do I introduce you as when you see my mates tonight? Like my girlfriend? And I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh.
And then I got in a relationship that I was just like, oh my God, like I don't really like.
How long did this go for?
It's Morokai with 2 Eyes. We're back right every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, 7 a.m. on Spotify and 4:30 p.m. on YouTube. Fights that nearly cause breakups. I
think we should quickly we're back with Luke's girlfriend, Rach. So if you guys haven't seen the first episode, I should say, with Rach, we finished the episode off with, there may have been a mixed spicy argument.
Yeah.
Would this be early days of the relationship as well?
No.
What was it? Like
3 weeks ago?
Oh,
yeah,
wow, so recent.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. We're still building the foundation to get back to a spot where we're good from it. But I honestly want the public to chime in.
I need to know. Argument real quick that you spoke to your mum about?
What?
No, because I never thought it was a fight. Oh, Jesus. Sorry. Did you say it's so good if it was?
I could just feel the panic, right? As soon as I asked that question, like, oh, no.
No. What argument?
He was kidding.
Oh.
We've never had an argument.
Except for this one.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah,
right.
This
the argument.
You know, can I just say my... Do you want... You say...
Oh, yeah, I like this. You're jumping in. This is good.
No, I feel like where I work, if you want to get a good result, if you want to get head. A head.
Yeah. Sorry. It's all right. Mine's somewhere else.
Say you go up.
It comes up to your 5 minutes. Just give it one of these.
Say you're going up against 3 other people, you want to get that at the last appointment, right? So I think I'll have the best chance in this argument if I go last. So you can go first.
Okay.
No, I'll go first. So what? Nah, I'm kidding. You go.
So on Wednesdays is my day off, right? So on Tuesday nights, I stay over and I have a little bit of a sleep in sometimes. Nice. Not anymore because I'm too scared to leave after Luke.
Don't act like this fight had rip waves.
Okay, so I leave out of the front door because I can lock the door behind me. Pretty
self-explanatory.
Yeah, because I can't lock the back door because you need a key. Okay?
Yep.
Just remember that. So I went out. Luke's like, make sure you lock the door. And I went out and I locked the door and I was like, yep, cool. I was almost going to take a video of it because I was like, yep, I've locked the door. I'm at the gym.
Doing your thing.
Doing my thing. Not even started. Like, I just sat down at the bench and I get a thing from Luke saying, you didn't lock the door. And I was like, the fuck are you talking about?
In that attitude.
I was like, honestly.
See? That is so stern. But at the same time, she's also backing herself in that she locked the door. So
and then
I can respect it.
Luke was like, well, you can talk to my brother. He's just like, also, I don't like the way that you just spoke to me. Lee's coming over. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And then I cried and left the gym. And I messaged Luke and I was just like, and then he's like, you need to lock the back door. And I was just like, and I sent him a voice message. I was like, how am I meant to lock the back door? I'm like, I don't leave out of the back door. And that is my side of the story. And Luke will add something into this.
I must admit, I'm going to stand in. I will hear your side, but just real quick.
But mind you, no, sorry, Lee.
Oh, she shushed me. That's twice. That is twice.
I didn't
We're about to have an argument.
It feels awful. I can see it.
It's all good. We're all friends.
When he said, he's like, make sure you lock the back up.
So I did say
no, you didn't.
Live. I can't wait. Our first fight. And you go, I don't even need it. For anyone on Spotify, if just flick across to YouTube, find the time and watch where she admitted she did wrong and watch her face. She put her hand over her neck. I'm so glad this is recorded.
Oh.
When he said, make sure you lock the door, I was half asleep. Okay? And now you can hear Luke's side, but I've just ruined it for myself. And I cried.
I was going to come in the defence and say that, like, that, your back door is a bit of a pain in the arse, I must admit. The flywire is fine.
Mate, I feel like...
The other one.
Do you know when... I feel like all I need to do is to win this is, like, say it's, I don't know, just a 2-point shot to just go into the basketball hoop. And someone's grabbed me and lifted me up where I just have to just drop it in. Yeah, I'm not even slam dunking, I'm just dropping it.
Oh,
like
nice.
A child.
Bit of alley-oop.
That's how this feels. But it does make me laugh where this is our only fight. And
out of the whole year and a half.
Also, I only call this a fight. Yeah, out of a whole year and a half. I only call this a fight because one night I'm laying in bed and I thought it was like a joke. And then she's like, and she out of the blue goes, and I asked the girls at work and they agree with me. And I turned around and I'm like, wait, hold on. This isn't working.
I've been put on blast.
So
I think worse than when the work girls get involved.
Yeah. Anyway, so what my story was, something happened without Rachel here where the back door was left open. And my mum messaged me and she just goes, the back door's left open. I obviously thought it was my brother. And also, where we are, we've got some good stuff and you can kind of see through the window. I was like, I always want it locked.
Yeah, understandable.
Anyway, the next time, Rach stays over and I leave without Rach. And I automatically thought Rach would lock the doors. Doesn't have to, but I automatically thought...
But I did lock
you made
the door
assumption.
because I left out the front door, and I always leave out the front. Just want to add that in. Go on, continue.
And then the back door was not locked. Anyway, Mum messaged me again. Like she was around all the time.
I was about to say, I was like, is this your house or your mum's?
Wait, no, that time I came back within 5 minutes because that's when my car was flooded.
Yeah.
And I drove it up and down the street to see if I could drive it.
Hold on to that because I want to come back to that.
Yeah, he's got a question for her about your flooded car. So yeah, it was in that time frame, but I had no idea Rachel was coming straight back home, so it really didn't matter. But the door wasn't locked, so my mum messaged me again. The door wasn't locked, so it's coming on to me, and I'm just like, "Hey, did you lock?" She's like, "No, I didn't lock the door." I was like, "Oh, okay."
But I was with your mum at that stage, like. So I was like, yep.
Am I allowed to say my side?
I'm sorry.
Anyway, after 2 times of it happening, I go to leave and I like saying goodbye to Rach and I'm just like, all right, Rach, I'm going. Now, remember, if it's all right, can you make sure you lock the back door? And she's like, where are you going? And I'm like, no, it's okay. I'm going. Just make sure you lock the doors, okay? She's like...
Kind of sus that you didn't say where you're going there, mate.
I was in my work uniform.
No need to flip it back to me.
This is like with the other episode with Ali, how you're just like, hold on, we're missing a good point of the story for Tinder. You're missing the swipe, the match.
Yeah, well,
like, who needs Tinder explain to them?
Maybe you've never been on Tinder before. Maybe you're only on Bumble.
I'll explain. I left forward.
Thank you.
Anyway, so she's like, okay, and then just goes straight back to sleep. Anyway, I get a message from Matt later that day. The door's not locked. And I was like, far out. And I message Rach and I'm like, the back door isn't locked. And you know how you said, you don't leave out the back so it's hard to lock. That door, you inside just go.
Yeah, I know, but I actually went to the back door because I was like, maybe he's thinking of the back door and I just pulled it. I didn't do the flicky thing. So I was like, oh, it's locked. That's why.
So you pulled it open?
No, like I just tried to...
You pulled it across, like so it looked shut.
But I didn't press like the little thing to open it.
Yep.
Little tap.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I message, and then on my end, I'm like happy-go-lucky, just work, like it's no big deal. But like I know her too well that when I messaged about it, she was really annoyed with me. And I'm also not used to you being annoyed because, again, we've never been like angry
so it's
at
a bit
each
of
other.
It throws you off a little bit, doesn't it?
And what have I said to you so many times? I'm like, if there's an argument or there's a fight, just let it go
diffuse it immediately
and sleep on it. It's fine. Anyway, so I saw that. So that's when I sent the message and I'm just like, nah, all right, I'm not dealing with this. I'm going to catch up with Lee because I knew catching up with you is like a 3 to 4 hour block where I'm not on my phone. Like, it's like
correct.
Like I'm never on my phone when I'm with you doing the podcast. So I was like, well, I'm not going to talk to her for another 4 hours. That'll be like 9. I was like, nah, I'll talk to her tomorrow. Make more sense. The minute I sent it, I just know you to a T, and I knew that she would cry. I was like,
oh, wow,
no,
you preempted this.
And I was like, Sent it, and I think I walked up here, and I got to here, and I went, fuck, she's going to be upset. And then I think I sent, what was the message? It was something like, by the way, love you, ha ha ha. It's no big deal. I don't know what I said, but I know I said I love you and ha ha ha. And then I just...
no, like in a nice
way.
No, I know, but I can also imagine, though, like, if you've said that from Rachel's perspective, them being like, the ha-ha's like almost like smart-arsey.
No, I definitely...
it wasn't.
Cool. I definitely put it in the way of like...
That's good.
By the way, it's not a big deal, ha ha ha.
Because you know how sometimes you can get that, or someone puts like a lol at the end, and you're like...
Oh, definitely. And you know it's a smart-ass.
Yeah.
Nah, this was more genuine, because I was trying to diffuse it as fast as possible.
Nice, that's cool.
Straight away voice message. I just hear the keys jingling, walking to the car, just like, well, now I have to leave gym, because I was just crying in there, and I'm just like, oh my God, and I'm like trying to diffuse. But in reality, I'm like, you should have locked the fucking door. But that is our biggest fight ever.
Which is pretty good in
Our only fight.
in a year
Really?
and a bit. That's a bloody good effort.
I cannot think of any other time there's been even close to an argument.
No.
That's pretty good.
She's a special lady.
That is pretty good. But
She's in my life forever.
right.
Bless.
Just say, if there's nothing from Rach, then this makes the podcast very awkward.
No, because I know exactly what's going to happen. When we go to bed later tonight, she's going to be like, that's so cute what you said on the podcast.
Well, now I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, she's not going to say it.
No, she won't. No, she won't.
She will.
But your car did flood.
It did.
We have seen. Was that the footage was up for that? Was
Yeah.
it not?
Yeah, so the footage was up. My whole street was just completely underwater. Rachel was away when it happened, and her car flooded all the way. Yeah.
Because when Luke showed me, I was like, "Oh my fucking!" Like, how are you even gonna like tell Rach that? What? Because when he told you that, were you like, "Nice joke," or what?
Well, he's like, Matt said that your car's flooded, and I was like, shit. He's like, where are your keys? And then he sent me a photo that Matt sent. I was like, well, my keys are going to be no use right now because it was really, really flooded. But I'm pretty lucky that I have a company car, and like both my bosses were actually where I was in Queensland.
Okay, all right.
So I kind of like messaged them, and then I messaged one of the other store managers to be like, how do I tell like my direct boss? I was like, I don't know what to do. And he's like, I'm right next to her. He's like, I've already showed her. I was like, damn it. Okay.
Shit.
And she called me. She's like, don't even stress. Like, it's fine. Like, we'll take care of it. Like, we'll get you a spare car. Like, don't
That's
even stress
awesome.
about it. Which is pretty good. But
That is very good.
it sat at my house for 6 weeks.
Holy shit.
And the mold that it grew
Yeah.
was disgusting. Like, you pull down like the seat belts and it was just mold everywhere.
Yeah, it was gross.
And then my follow-up question to that as well is, why did you? What? I cannot understand why.
Why I
What
took
was?
keys?
Yeah, what? What
I
was
don't
so
know.
important with the keys?
I don't know.
Was there a key there that you didn't want Luke access to? Was it like maybe like
No,
a
because
journal
I left
or like
every
a diary?
other key.
Yeah, she left literally every other key.
I don't understand why
I
we just
don't
take
get
the
it
car
either.
key. It makes no sense.
I think because in my head I'm like, oh, it's a company car. Like, I don't want.
I swear I could be... Look, I could definitely be making this up in my head, but what I remember is that you liked having the heavy key on you.
I think I wanted something to put the key, like my
Yeah, on.
apartment key onto.
That's right. She wanted
okay.
something that she could have her apartment key attached to.
Yeah,
And
right.
So she left
that.
every single key that was a good option with me and took the one important one with her.
Because I knew I had a spare car key. So I was just like, if I lose that, then.
But to be fair, actually,
I mean, yeah,
like to expect a flood here is ridiculous. But
And
I mean,
by the time that Matt got off
Yeah, it
his
was already
computer.
Yeah. Once he's on, he's on.
yeah, he's on.
He's really locked in.
He is. Do you, we asked Lee's girlfriend this. What's some of your icks? Have I
In
ever,
general,
have-
by the way, it
have
might
you-
be if Luke has
No,
any.
because-
but
have
other-
I ever had? Have you ever had a nick with me? I swear you've brought one up once. Like I did.
No.
I wore a stupid shirt or something. You're like, oh,
Fuck that
But
up.
you remember, like, I've never really had one until you know what I'm talking about.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, this is a very inside joke between the both
No,
of you.
it can't be inside because there's cameras. And when you said you know what I'm talking about, you went.
Now
Is it the Velcro wallet?
No, it's the
Oh.
The bank.
I something happened. I said, sorry, mate.
Oh,
She's only
sorry.
had one ick. And what happened was, I remember we had something with the business, and she's like, "Oh, why don't you use Lee's card?" And I said, "Because you don't have a bank card, you use your mum's." And she
Yeah,
went,
that's correct. That is correct. Yeah, I don't have a credit card.
She's like, "I love Lee, but I think if there's an ick, that's an ick."
Yeah, no, I don't. I still don't have a...
I
No,
still
that's
rip
fine.
you apart.
Yeah, you
whenever-
do. He does. He does. It's all good. I still go to pop over. No, I don't know why I don't have a. I just don't go to the bank. I guess. Like,
You don't need to go to the bank to order one.
You can do it online. You can probably do it on your app
fuck.
right now.
Yeah, you could do it. Yeah, it's literally like, I reckon it takes 5 minutes and one will get sent out to you.
That's not bad. Didn't even know that. There you go.
So I think that's the one and only time.
Yeah,
And I thought
shit.
that's hilarious. That was so fucking funny.
I just don't like to spend my own money. To be completely honest. Prefer spending someone else's.
Got mums in the bag.
That's it. That's it. Good on
so
you,
yeah,
Mumsy.
all right. So I think, have you ever had any bad dates? That's a yes.
That's definitely a yes.
No,
Maybe ones that you didn't enjoy.
I have
Maybe some
like
things that stood out in the dates that you were like, oh, I didn't like that. They could be fine dates, but there were some
Yeah.
parts where you,
Maybe the person was talking about themselves too much, not asking you enough questions.
I can't think of any.
Yeah, wow.
Like I've had bad experiences like in like the dating period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Where on okay, so I met this guy on Tinder. This kind of ties into like Luke and I.
Was this, by the way, is this the guy that you ran into when you
Mini golf.
Oh my god!
Because that's
Okay,
also in my question.
No. Okay. So that guy I went to primary school with,
Oh wow.
and he had a primary school crush on.
Oh.
And then back when I was on Tinder when I met Luke,
Yeah.
he must have saw my profile as well. So then he tried to hit me up on that because I had him on Facebook already. So it has
okay.
nothing. No,
It's just interesting.
I say their ex-boyfriend all the time.
Yeah.
you can say it to anyone.
Yeah.
So I went on like a date with one guy, and then caught up with him again, and then like the third time, I was at work and he brought me lunch. So I was like, oh, nice. And that night I was going to his basketball game.
Yep.
And as Luke said, I don't know how to say no. So he's just like, oh, like, what do I introduce you as when you see my mates tonight? Like, my girlfriend? And I was like, yeah.
Oh.
And then I got in a relationship that I was just like, oh, my God, like, I don't really like.
How long did this go for? Like
3 months. Like, it's not too long. It's
Okay.
fine.
That's shit.
That's
Just
3
because
months.
you went to a basketball game. Did you go to his basketball games after that as well? Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's sorry.
And,
I
like,
was
we
gonna say,
did-
Well, she's stuck now.
Yeah, well, like, I was sort of thinking that. But...
Like, I did like him and stuff, but, like, it wasn't quite right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right, following.
Wasn't feeling it as much. I gave it a chance, but no.
Yeah.
What do you like most about dating me?
I like how we're both pretty independent. I think that's my favorite thing. Like, we can do our own thing.
I completely agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree with that. I think you are both quite very independent people
Yeah.
that are very, yeah, you can just do your own thing, but then I feel like when you come together as well, like, it's just a good match.
Yeah.
So, no, that is pretty good. Do you have any crazy stories at all from any nights out?
Rachel,
Like,
you went out
did-
once.
Oh,
didn't you?
really? So, you, like, not really like a nightclub
Nah.
or like a bar? Like,
I probably hit my clubbing stage at 23 and finished at 23 and a half.
shit.
Yeah.
That's good, though. You would have saved so much more money than myself.
Yeah. But I'm more of
Like-
like a cocktail night at home.
Yeah, okay. No, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a cheaper night.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a lot cheaper night. I have no issues against that, so
That's
I'm
a
not
good
one to
night.
judge. It'd be hard with him, though, because he doesn't like alcohol. So you
Yeah, but he
gotta
likes
just-
girly drinks.
He does like girly drinks.
Yeah.
That is very true.
What would you say one of our best and worst dates are? And we don't have to have a fight. What was a date where you're just like, oh, that was,
That we've had.
yeah. What do you reckon the best one was?
Ooh. Trying to think.
There's so many.
I know.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good reply.
I don't know, because I really like walks. So anytime that Luke takes me on a walk,
I've been told this.
She
it's
loves
probably
them.
my favorite.
Mhm.
I didn't I don't think I enjoyed Miss Pickle as much because
Mm.
I feel like their menus changed, and I don't know.
See, that makes me so happy that it's like nothing with me. It's just like they screwed up the menu.
No, but that will ruin you. Like, that does leave a bad taste.
I did go there, and they did change it up so much that I was like, I don't remember it being like this. And when it came out to me, I was like, this is so average. Yeah.
That's the worst as well.
Yep.
Hate that when you're out and you're like waiting for a meal and it's just terrible. That does suck.
What do you see the future like for me and you?
Oh God. Together, hopefully.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Lovely.
I'm not too sure. I feel like just
doing
doing our thing,
Yeah, that's good.
building ourselves up. Yep.
Well, speaking of the future, I guess, are there any, is there anything that you would like to have accomplished by the end of this year? Like work, just personal goals in general? Like whether you have, obviously I'm not sure if you want to share them or not, but if you are, is there anything out there?
I would like to buy, I don't know if that's a this year goal.
A house. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or end of next year, maybe, save up a bit more money. Probably just be happy, gym more. I'm moving in 2 weeks' time to a really nice house with really nice people.
Beautiful, lovely.
So I'm so excited.
Mm.
And in regards to work, I guess just building that up.
Yeah,
Because
understandable.
I'm probably moving to a busier store, which is my massive goal.
Yeah, cool.
And I've made that pretty clear that I want to move, which will be further away, but it'll be so much worth it. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
Mm.
You sound very determined and driven, so I'm sure you'll accomplish all those goals that you set
Yeah.
yourself out. So
Do you know one thing we can talk about next episode? Because it's just reminded me. Our entire first date, we spoke about working in a supermarket the entire time.
I know.
And it's
wow.
it's a running joke here how much we go, we used to work at a supermarket.
it really is.
But so did Rachel. And I
this is
swear to
perfect.
God, when you were talking on our date, that you had story after story after story that beat mine with some of your experiences. So
Hang on, I
I
would say
reckon
Luke's got some good supermarket
Yeah.
stories.
she had some better ones. I was like, oh,
Well, because we worked at the same supermarket, but different stores.
Oh,
So we
did you
knew,
ever cross paths in the whole
I've
time?
probably
we've
called
always
him.
wondered that. We've
Yeah.
always wondered if
'Cause
there was
that's
ever a time where
crazy.
because it'd make sense because we worked very close, as in it was only 20 kilometres,
Not
Yeah,
even.
wow.
not even. So I'm surprised with how much moving around she did and I did that there wasn't one stage where we worked together.
That's
Yeah.
so interesting. I'm keen to deep dive into that on the next
Yeah.
episode.
I could have met my soulmate earlier.
You could have.
There's just a lot of compliments, and I'm just I just don't know how to process this.
It's all right. I think you're doing great.
I'll get a lot of hugs later, I know. All right, guys, that was Morokai with 2 eyes. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Boom.
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 Nice.
I did it.